Welcome into my channel. I am so happy that you clicked on my video. You could have been anywhere in the world, watched any video on the whole span of YouTube, and for some reason you decided to click on my video. Thank you. I really appreciate it. So you can see I got my whiteboard. Up. There's a kind of a circle ring right there. Tell me if it looks good. I mean, I maybe got to figure out something, the lighting or something, because yeah, you see you just see lights reflected in my whiteboard, so I don't know if that's good. We're just gonna give it a shot. But I thought, because I have my whiteboard, why don't I show what my rental, just the numbers on my rental, what we kind of did there. So like and subscribe, and yeah, let's kind of dive into it. So let's see if I can stay in camera here. I have to figure some things out, but. Okay, well, so my brother and I, we bought a rental. We bought it last year. We just bought it on the market. We used an agent. His name is Brad Jacobson. I'll shout him out at the end of the video. Follow him on Instagram. He's a good dude. If you need an agent in Utah, he's an investor-friendly agent, and he invests in real estate himself. So he's really good to talk to. So anyway, Brad Jacobson. Found us this property. It's in Ogden. It's on 360 13th. So I'll even put the address up here. 360 and 13th Street in Ogden. And my handwriting is really bad, so maybe I got to work on stuff like this. Man, you can't even see it, can you? I don't know if this is a good idea, but we're gonna find out. So yeah, handwriting's bad. We're gonna try and figure it out. So we bought a house in Ogden. And it is a duplex. So we got a door on top and a door on bottom. We bought a duplex. So how we bought it is, well, we decided to buy it conventionally. Now, I don't necessarily recommend this. We've learned a lot since then, being to purchase things with creative finance, which I think might be a little bit better because we did have to come up with some money out of pocket. But how we did that is I actually own my own private residence. So I own my own residence. The value of our house has grown a lot. So I actually qualified to get a HELOC. A HELOC stands for Home Equity Line of Credit. So it's essentially being able to take a loan out against the equity on my house. So I put up the equity on my house for collateral and I took out a loan. So I actually took out a loan for $60,000. Now I just needed $55,000 for this house. So I put a down payment of $55,000 on it. We purchased the property for $318,000. Okay? So I put down payment on for $55,000, purchased it for $318,000. We bought, part of the down payment was buying down the interest rate. So we actually bought down the interest rate. We have a 4% interest rate. Okay? So that's kind of what we got it at there. Like I say, I don't even know if you can see this. Boy, put this video up there for, one of the ages. So like and subscribe if you don't like the video. Maybe we can use some reverse psychology there. Anyway, I got it at 4% interest. So our PITI is what we got it at. Our PITI, that stands for principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. Our PITI comes out to around $1,400. So that's what the monthly mortgage is. Okay, our HELOC payment is a variable interest rate, but it never gets higher than $400, or it hasn't yet. So that's what we're at about right now, $400 payment and interest. Okay, all right. So we did that, and so these are the payments that we have now. The downstairs was a 2-bed, 1-bath. The upstairs was also a 2-bed, 1-bath. We decided that we wanted to take this. See if I can adjust this a little bit. See if I can get a little more on camera. We decided to take this bottom part, gut it, and turn it into a 3-bed, 1-bath. So we decided that we could add some value to our bottom unit by adding another bedroom. So we added another bedroom to the bottom unit. Now, in order to do that, we actually needed to take out private money. So we needed to take out more of a loan, right? We talked to somebody, got a loan for $20,000 at 10%. Okay? $20,000 at 10%. Interest only payments. So that means $166.66 to my other friend. By the way, this is what the private money lender that we're using is my other friend. His name is Clint. Clint, he does a lot of commercial real estate down in Texas. He is also a stud. That's the thing. Again, I've talked about it before. Your network is your net worth. You only can make it in this game by having a good network. I could only finish renovations on this house by leveraging one of my friendships. Maybe that's not the best way to put it, but one of my friends lent us money that allowed us to do those renovations. So it's kind of a mess here. I got to organize myself a little better in the future, huh? But this is how our payments break down. $1,400 for mortgage, $400 for the HELOC, $166.66 for the private money. Do a little bit of math, that comes out to $1,966.66 for our monthly payment. That's our monthly expenses on this. Now, I'm not including things like CapEx. I'm not including, things like, the CapEx stands for capital expenditures, by the way. Like in the future, we're going to have to replace a roof or a furnace or whatever. We're just going to have to replace things eventually. So you want to set aside money for capital expenditures. We also set aside things for repairs, for emergencies, that kind of thing. So I'm not including that in this number for right now. Now, we renovated this bottom unit. The top unit has already been rented out. It was rented out for $1,000 a month. But it's under rented. So we could rent it out for $1,400 a month. Now, the guy up there, his name is Ron. He actually does a good job taking care of the property. So because he does a good job and he's a really good tenant, he pays his rent on time. We decided to give him a bit of a deal in exchange for him watching over the property and essentially managing it for us. So he manages the property. We did raise the rent. Instead of to $1,400, we raised it to $1,200. So he's paying us $1,200 a month for it. This bottom unit, this 3-bed, 1-bath, can be rented out for anywhere between $1,400 and $1,600. So we just decided to go in the middle, go with $1,500. So we are renting this bottom unit out for $1,500. Can you see me? Yeah, like you want to see my ugly mug anyway. I didn't shave. I look, it's whatever. $1,500 a month. So in total, $1,200 plus $1,500. We will be renting this out for $2,700. Okay? Now, typically for CapEx, for those kind of things, you take out 5%, 5%. So I'm just going to take out, I'm just going to take out 15% right now. 15% of $2,700. What is that? 10% of $2,700 is $270. So let's see. Add another. I should have already had this figured out, but. So 405. 405 is 15%, 2,700. So just add that to our expenses over here. Just for rounding sakes, we're going to take it up to 2,400. Okay? So those are our expenses, 2,400. So how much does it cash flow? It cash flows 2,700 minus 2,400 equals $300. Now, typically, you probably want to cash flow $300 per unit. We have 2 units. We're doing about half of what we want. This is our very first property. I don't think we bought it very well, in all honesty. If we were to buy things creatively, it might look a little better. So we are learning for the next project. But bright side is, this is still positively cash flowing. All of the things that we use to purchase this is nothing out of our own pocket. I mean, you could call the HELOC kind of out of my own pocket because it's against my house, but it's not really. It's a loan that I took out. So because we put $0, boy, I need to figure out how to do this a little better, don't I? Let's see. Because I put $0 into the property and I'm cash flowing $300, that's actually called an infinite return. So I'm getting an infinite return on the money that I put into it. That's pretty cool. So by using some relationships and borrowing money, using other people's money, we were able to buy a house $0 out of pocket. Now, again, we are pretty leveraged on it. I'm leveraged against my house. You know, sometimes that causes a little bit of stress. I'm excited to eventually refinance in the future, to kind of figure that out. That's called a BRRRR strategy. Buy, refinance, or rather buy, rehab, rent, refinance, and then you can repeat that. So this is going to appreciate well. It's in a high appreciating market. So 5 to 7 years, we'll refinance this baby. I can get all my money back out of it. So we're playing the long game with this one, even though it's only rent to you and cash flowing $300 a month. Okay. Anyway, I can try to figure out things to do a little bit better on my whiteboard. I know that the ring light, the lights are a little annoying. There's some things I got to figure out here, but I appreciate you sticking with me the entire way. That's our first rental. That's the first one that we did. So we are getting an infinite return on this rental. Pretty cool when you think about it. So some goals that I have, I want to go out and get a midterm rental next. My wife and I are kind of looking for some places around Salt Lake City, and we want to buy it creatively. If you or somebody you know is looking to sell near a hospital in Salt Lake City, we want to try and set up a operation for traveling nurses. So that's what we'll be looking at. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. Shout out, who did I say a shout out? Brad Jacobson. Look him up on Instagram. I'll put his handle in the description below. And yeah, thank you for joining me. Peace.